Have you ever consumed something widely regarded as healthy, such as yogurt, only to experience an unsettled stomach a short while later? Perhaps you feel bloated, gassy, or simply unwell. You're not alone in this. Yogurt is commonly regarded as one of the healthiest foods for our gut. It is abundant in beneficial bacteria, or probiotics, which aid in digestion, boost immunity, and even enhance mental clarity. However, and this is crucial, yogurt is also extremely delicate. The moment we combine it with the wrong foods, it can do more harm than good. In fact, certain food pairings can completely neutralize those beneficial bacteria. Worse still, they can trigger fermentation in the gut, leading to indigestion, discomfort, and long-term imbalances. So today, we're going to discuss 3 foods you should never eat with yogurt and the reasons behind it. But don't worry, I won't leave you in suspense. I'll also share 3 foods that pair exceptionally well with yogurt. Foods that enhance its digestive benefits and contribute to your overall well-being. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to enjoy your yogurt in the right way and feel great after every bite. Let's get started with why yogurt is both powerful and sensitive. As we grow older, many of us start to notice changes in how our bodies process food. Maybe foods we once enjoyed without a second thought now leave us feeling bloated, sluggish, or uncomfortable. This isn't just in our heads, it's biological. As we age, our digestive system naturally slows down. Our stomach produces fewer digestive enzymes, the balance of bacteria in our gut changes, and our bodies become more sensitive to how different foods are combined. This is where yogurt comes in. Yogurt is rich in probiotics, which are live, beneficial bacteria that support digestion, combat harmful bacteria, and even improve mood and memory. It can be one of the most therapeutic and supportive foods for our gut, especially as we age. But, and this is a significant point, yogurt only works effectively when eaten with the right foods. You see, yogurt is somewhat like a delicate medicine. It doesn't mix well with everything. Some food combinations can actually kill the probiotics, slow down digestion, or even cause gas and fermentation in the gut. So while yogurt can be extremely healthy, it's also very sensitive. And this brings us to the most important part of today's video. The 3 food combinations you should definitely avoid if you want to protect your gut and feel your best. Let's start with the first one, which is something many of us consume every morning. Firstly, fruit, especially citrus fruits and melons. Now, this might come as a surprise because fruit and yogurt are often seen as the ideal combination. When you walk down the grocery aisle, there are strawberry yogurt, blueberry yogurt, peach yogurt. It sounds healthy, doesn't it? But here's the reality. Combining yogurt with fruit, particularly citrus fruits or melons, can do more harm than good, especially for older adults. Let me explain. Fruits like oranges, grapefruits, pineapples, and even some berries are acidic. When you combine this acidity with the dairy proteins in yogurt, it can cause curdling, not just in the bowl but also in your stomach. That curdled mixture becomes difficult to digest and can cause gas, bloating, or that heavy, uncomfortable feeling in the stomach that many of us are all too familiar with. Now, let's talk about melons. Watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew melons are what we call fast-digesting fruits. Yogurt, on the other hand, digests more slowly. When you eat these two together, the melon tries to move quickly through your system but gets held up by the yogurt. The result is fermentation in the gut, which can lead to gas, discomfort, and sometimes even loose stools. Even in traditional medical systems like Ayurveda, there have long been warnings against mixing fruits and dairy, especially for people with slower digestion. Like many of us over 50, let me share a quick story. My friend Margaret, who is 72, is active and loves to eat healthily, but every time she had her morning yogurt with grapefruit slices, she ended up feeling nauseous. We couldn't figure out why. Then one day, we removed the citrus, and just like that, the bloating stopped. We replaced it with something warm and simple, and she hasn't had any stomach issues since. So, what can you do instead? Instead of fresh fruit, try pairing your yogurt with cooked apples, warm, soft, and spiced with a little cinnamon. They are soothing, easy to digest, and absolutely delicious. We'll talk more about what to eat with yogurt a bit later. But for now, let's move on to the second food that should never be mixed with yogurt, which often appears at lunch or dinner. Secondly, meat or high-protein meals. Now, this might not be as obvious, but it's equally important and can have a significant impact on how you feel after eating. Yogurt should not be consumed with meat or other high-protein meals. Let me explain why. Yogurt itself is already a protein-rich food, so when you combine it with another substantial source of protein, such as chicken, beef, pork, or even eggs, you're putting extra strain on your digestive system, especially if you're over 50. Hey race, what happens? Protein requires a lot of stomach acid to break down. When 2 or more high-protein foods are eaten simultaneously, it significantly slows down digestion. This means the food stays in your stomach longer than it should, and during that time, it can start to ferment or putrefy. I know that sounds unpleasant, but that's precisely what occurs, and it can lead to gas, a feeling of heaviness, acid reflux, and long-term gut inflammation. There's also another problem. Consuming too much protein at once can overwhelm the beneficial bacteria in yogurt, making the probiotics less effective or even completely destroying them due to the surge of stomach acid. Let me give you a real-life example. A viewer of this channel, a gentleman named Robert from Wisconsin, reached out to me last year. He told me he loved having Greek yogurt as a side dish with his grilled steak dinner, but afterward, he always felt sluggish, bloated, and sometimes even a little nauseous. We made a simple change. He started having his yogurt as a separate snack earlier in the day or 2 hours after his meal, and he told me he hadn't felt that light and comfortable in years. You see, the digestive system is a bit like a fireplace. You can't just throw a large pile of logs into the fire and expect it to burn better. You have to provide it with the right amount of fuel in the right order. So instead of eating yogurt alongside a heavy meal, save it for a time when your stomach is less busy. That way, your body can truly absorb all the benefits. Now, let's move on to the third food you should never combine with yogurt, and this one might catch some people off guard. Thirdly, spicy or fried foods. Alright, let's talk about this third food group. You should never combine spicy or fried foods with yogurt. Now, I enjoy a bit of spice just like anyone else, and every now and then, a crispy treat can really hit the spot. But combining these foods with yogurt is a different matter. Especially if you're over 50. Hey race, why? Spicy foods like chili peppers, hot sauce, curry, and other spices can be very irritating to the stomach lining, particularly if your digestive system is already somewhat sensitive. When you add yogurt on top of that, which is naturally cooling and mucus forming, it creates a kind of digestive confusion. Your body doesn't know whether to cool down or heat up, and for many people, this results in a feeling of heaviness, indigestion, excessive gas, or acid reflux, sometimes just minutes after eating. Now, let's talk about fried foods. These are typically cooked in processed oils that are difficult to digest on their own. When you mix them with yogurt, it creates a very heavy, sluggish meal that can sit in your stomach for hours. This combination often leads to bloating, lethargy, and in some cases, even joint stiffness due to inflammation, especially for older adults whose metabolism has slowed down. Here is a story that stuck with me. A woman named Gloria, who is 65, told me she had a tradition of eating fried Samoas with yogurt dip every Friday night. She loved the flavor, but always woke up the next morning feeling foggy and weighed down. I suggested she enjoy the yogurt separately, maybe earlier in the day with something lighter, and the next week, she emailed me saying, "I didn't just feel better, honey, I felt younger." That's the power of respecting your digestion. So if you're someone who enjoys spicy or fried foods now and then, and there's nothing wrong with that, just be careful about when and how you have yogurt. Let it stand alone or pair it with foods that complement it. And this leads us perfectly to the next part of today's video, the part everyone has been waiting for. Let's talk about what you should eat with yogurt to make it work for your gut, rather than against it. 3 foods that pair well with yogurt. So far, we've discussed what not to eat with yogurt. But now let's shift our focus to the good combinations. The foods that pair beautifully with yogurt and actually enhance its digestive benefits. These foods are gentle, nourishing, and especially suitable for people over the age of 50. When combined correctly, they can help you feel lighter, more energized, and more in balance. Let's go through 3 of the best options, one by one. Firstly, cooked apples with cinnamon, a gentle and healing match for yogurt. When it comes to healthy eating, we often hear about the benefits of raw fruits and vegetables, but as we get older, our bodies sometimes need something softer, warmer, and easier to digest. That's precisely why cooked apples with cinnamon is one of the best things to pair with yogurt, especially if you're over 50. Let's start with the apple. Apples are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and a special type of soluble fiber called pectin. Pectin is known for its ability to nourish the good bacteria in your gut, making it a natural prebiotic. This means it helps support the healthy gut flora that yogurt provides through probiotics. But here's the key. Raw apples can be hard on the digestive system, especially as we age. The skin is tough, the fibers are firm, and the cold temperature of raw fruit can slow down digestion. For people with sensitive stomachs, gently cooking the apples can make a world of difference. When you lightly simmer apples until they're soft, you start to break down some of those tougher fibers, making them much easier for the stomach to handle. This is especially helpful for older adults dealing with bloating, gas, or irregular bowel movements. Cooked apples can ease these issues and give the gut a much-needed break while still offering all the benefits. Now, let's talk about the magic of cinnamon. Cinnamon isn't just a tasty spice. It's a natural anti-inflammatory and helps the body regulate blood sugar levels. That's especially important for anyone managing prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or blood sugar fluctuations, which become more common as we age. Cinnamon also adds warmth to the digestive process and helps stimulate gentle movement in the gut, which can promote regularity. But beyond the science, there's something deeply comforting about this combination. The smell of apples simmering on the stove with a sprinkle of cinnamon can take you back to your childhood kitchen, your mother's recipes, or a crisp fall afternoon when the whole house felt warm and safe. And now we're bringing that comfort into something that's also good for your gut and friendly for seniors. So what happens when you mix cooked apples and cinnamon into yogurt? You create a perfectly balanced, digestion-friendly meal that is soft, warming, nourishing, and easy on the stomach. The yogurt provides probiotics, the live, beneficial bacteria that support digestion and immunity. The apples provide prebiotics, which feed those bacteria, and the cinnamon rounds it all out by adding flavor, warmth, and a little extra support for your metabolism. Together, this trio forms a combination that works with your body, not against it. I remember one of our longtime viewers, Diane, who is 71, wrote to me last year. She said she had been eating yogurt with fresh berries for years, but as she got older, it started causing her stomach discomfort. She tried switching to warm stewed apples with cinnamon stirred into her yogurt each morning. Within a week, she told me her bloating was gone, her energy was better, and she felt so much lighter. Not just physically but emotionally too. That's the beauty of listening to your body. Now, if you'd like to try it at home, it's incredibly simple. Just peel and slice 1 or 2 apples, any sweet variety will work, and place them in a small pot with a splash of water. Cover and let them simmer gently on low heat for about 10 minutes, or until they're fork tender. Then add a light sprinkle of ground cinnamon, let it cool a bit, and stir it into a bowl of plain, unsweetened yogurt. You can enjoy it as a light breakfast, an afternoon snack, or even a gentle dessert after dinner. It's a perfect example of food that is both comforting and functional, something your gut, your taste buds, and your heart will all appreciate. Sometimes the most healing meals are also the simplest. Secondly, ground flax seed or chia seeds, tiny seeds with significant benefits for your gut. Sometimes the most powerful health enhancers come in the smallest packages. And that's exactly the case with flax seeds and chia seeds. These tiny seeds are packed with nutrients that offer great support for digestion, heart health, and overall well-being, especially for older adults. When added to yogurt, they create a beneficial combination that can help you feel lighter, more regular, and more energized throughout the day. Let's start with flax seeds. Flax seeds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are known for their anti-inflammatory properties. That's important because inflammation in the gut is one of the main causes of bloating, constipation, and discomfort as we age. Omega-3s help reduce that inflammation and support a healthier gut lining. But that's not all. Flax seeds are also one of the best plant-based sources of soluble fiber, which helps add bulk to stools and promotes gentle, regular bowel movements, something many older adults struggle with. And then there are lignans, a unique type of antioxidant found in flax that may help with hormone balance and even protect against certain age-related diseases. So with just a single tablespoon of ground flaxseed added to your yogurt, you're giving your body a gentle cleanse, a boost of anti-inflammatory nutrients, and a solid foundation for gut health. Now, let's talk about chia seeds. Chia seeds work a bit differently, but their benefits are just as impressive. When you soak chia seeds in liquid, like water, milk, or yogurt, they form a gel-like texture that helps soothe the digestive tract. This gel acts like a gentle lubricant for your intestines, which can be extremely helpful for people dealing with constipation or irregular digestion. Chia seeds are also rich in fiber, protein, and essential minerals like magnesium and calcium, nutrients that support energy, muscle function, and bone health as we get older. And since chia is naturally gluten-free and low in sugar, it's an easy addition for those with sensitive stomachs or blood sugar concerns. Now, when you combine either of these seeds with yogurt, you're doing two great things at once. First, you're increasing the fiber content, which helps move waste through your system naturally. Second, you're creating the perfect environment for probiotics to thrive. Because good bacteria need fiber prebiotics to stay alive and active in your gut. Hey race, how to enjoy it. Take 1 tablespoon of ground flax seed, make sure it's ground, as whole flax seeds often pass through undigested, or 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and stir them into a small bowl of plain yogurt. Let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes so the seeds soften and blend in smoothly. You can add a dash of cinnamon or a drizzle of raw honey if you'd like to enhance the flavor naturally. You can also prepare it the night before. Just stir the seeds into your yogurt and let it rest in the fridge overnight. By morning, it will have a creamy, pudding-like texture that's both satisfying and easy to digest. Let me share a quick story. One of our viewers, Thomas, who is 68 and recovering from years of gut issues, started adding flaxseed to his yogurt every evening as a dessert. He said within 3 days, he felt less bloated and more regular than he had in years. Not only that, but he also felt more clear-headed and focused during the day, something he hadn't expected. It's amazing what small changes can do. Adding flaxseed or chia seeds to your yogurt is simple, affordable, and highly effective. There's no cooking required, no fancy equipment needed, just a spoon, a bowl, and 5 minutes of your time. And the best part is, these seeds don't just help your gut, they help your heart, your brain, your bones, and even your mood. So the next time you reach for a bowl of yogurt, consider adding one of these tiny superfoods. Your body will thank you for it in quiet, consistent ways that matter most. Thirdly, cooked or soaked oats, a perfect partner for yogurt in promoting digestive health. When we think of comfort food, something warm, nourishing, and simple, oats often come to mind. They've been a staple in American kitchens for generations. And for good reason. Oats are easy to prepare, gentle on the stomach, and full of nutrients that support long-term health. But what many people don't realize is that oats and yogurt make a truly powerful combination, especially when it comes to gut health in older adults. Let's break it down. Oats are rich in a special type of fiber called beta-glucan, which has been shown to help reduce cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and support immune function. But what makes oats really special for digestion is that they're also a prebiotic food. That means oats help feed the good bacteria already living in your gut, including the probiotics found in yogurt. Think of it this way. Yogurt brings in the good bacteria, and oats give them something to eat so they can stay and do their job. That's why combining oats and yogurt doesn't just make a nice meal. It actually creates a balanced team that supports the digestive system. Now, let's talk about preparation. Because how you eat oats is just as important as whether you eat them. As we get older, raw or dry oats can be hard on the digestive tract. They have the potential to trigger bloating, flatulence, or discomfort, particularly if your digestive system is already delicate. This is precisely why I strongly advocate cooking or soaking your oats before combining them with yogurt. Stovetop cooked oats, prepared with a splash of water or milk, transform into a soft, warm, and easily digestible delight. Once you allow them to cool slightly and then fold in some plain yogurt, you'll create a creamy, gratifying meal that not only tastes divine but also makes you feel great. For those rushed mornings, there's another excellent option: overnight oats. All you need to do is combine dry oats with yogurt and a bit of liquid, such as water or almond milk, and let the mixture sit in the refrigerator overnight. By morning, the oats will have softened perfectly, and the flavors will have melded harmoniously. You can even enhance this creation by adding a sprinkle of cinnamon, a spoonful of ground flaxseed, or a handful of tender, cooked fruit, resulting in a complete, gut-friendly breakfast that requires minimal effort. Let me share a personal anecdote. Evelyn, a charming septuagenarian from Michigan, confided in me that she had abandoned oats years ago due to the bloating they caused. Upon inquiring about her preparation method, I discovered that she had been consuming dry instant oats with cold milk. We made a simple adjustment, switching her to lightly cooked oats paired with plain yogurt, cinnamon, and stewed apples. 2 weeks later, she reported remarkable improvements. Not only had her digestion significantly enhanced, but her energy levels had also soared, and she even noticed a newfound sharpness in her thinking. It's truly astonishing how something as straightforward as altering the way we prepare our food can have a profound impact on our well-being, affecting us physically, mentally, and emotionally. So, the next time you reach for a bowl of yogurt, consider adding a scoop of warm oats or preparing a jar of overnight oats to savor in the morning. By doing so, you'll be providing your gut with the essential prebiotics and fiber it craves, while nourishing your entire body with a timeless food choice. This isn't some fleeting superfood trend or a bottled supplement. It's simply real, unadulterated food, simple, affordable, and incredibly healing when consumed mindfully. And often, that's precisely what our bodies yearn for. Before we conclude, I'd like to take a moment to connect with you on a deeper level. Rather than just imparting knowledge, I understand that for many of us, food is so much more than mere sustenance. It's a source of comfort, a repository of memories, and a cherished tradition. Yet, it can also bring confusion, especially when our bodies start to react differently to the foods we've always eaten. If you've ever felt frustrated because a seemingly healthy food made you feel worse instead of better, rest assured, you're not alone, and there's nothing you've done wrong. The reality is that our bodies evolve as we age. They gently prompt us to adapt alongside them. This isn't a cause for despair. It's an invitation, a call to slow down, to listen intently to our bodies, and to treat them with greater kindness and care. That's precisely why we've delved into the topic of yogurt today. This unassuming food can be a powerful healer when consumed appropriately but can wreak havoc when paired incorrectly. Let's quickly recap. You've learned about 3 foods to avoid combining with yogurt: citrus fruits and melons, due to their acidity and rapid digestion; meat or high-protein meals, which can overwhelm the digestive system; and spicy or fried foods, which can disrupt and slow down digestion. Then, we explored 3 ideal pairings for yogurt. Cooked apples with cinnamon offer warmth, fiber, and soothing comfort for the gut. Ground flaxseed or chia seeds provide healthy fats, gentle cleansing properties, and digestive support. Cooked or soaked oats supply sustained energy, prebiotics, and long-lasting satisfaction. These aren't just ordinary dietary suggestions. They represent small yet significant changes that can gradually improve your well-being. Day by day, meal by meal, as you enter your kitchen tomorrow morning, I hope you do so with a newfound sense of confidence and tranquility, because you deserve to feel good. You deserve to relish the food you eat and have faith that it's nurturing your body, not causing harm. If this message has resonated with you, if you've gained new insights or felt inspired, I earnestly encourage you to share it with someone you care about, a friend, a sister, a neighbor, anyone who might be grappling with digestive issues without understanding the root cause.